Hello everyone and welcome to FreeCAD tutorials. In this tutorial, we explain what are the constraints and how to properly constrain geometrical objects in your 2D sketches. To make the long story short, here is a brief summary of what you will learn in this video tutorial. Namely, over here I created a simple sketch. And if I click over here and if I drag my mouse, you will see that this sketch dramatically changes, and you don't want that. This is the direct consequence of the fact that this sketch is not constrained properly, as you can see over here. Namely, here you can see that we have 9 degrees of freedom. Before you extrude this sketch, you have to make sure that it's properly constrained. The proper constraints mean that if I click over here, I would not be able to change anything in my sketch. Or if, for example, I click here, nothing will be changed. So let's learn how to do that. Okay, let's start. Once you open FreeCAD, click on File and click on New Document. Next, let's create our first sketch. To create the first sketch, simply click over here or locate this button on this menu, click here and click on New Sketch. And over here, you can select XY plane and click on OK. Now, if you click on Model, you will see your sketch over here. Let's click on Tasks. The next step is to turn on the grid. Since I'm using FreeCAD 1.1, there are some changes over here. Namely, in this version of FreeCAD, they eliminated the grid button. To activate the grid button, click here and click on Display Grid. Over here, you can also adjust the grid spacing and make sure that Snap to Grid is selected. First of all, let's explain what are the degrees of freedom. Find this rectangle button. Click here and click on Center the Rectangle. Click here and center the rectangle at 0, 0. Click here and draw a rectangle. Here it is. Do the right mouse click. Now, if I select this line and if I move my mouse cursor, you will see that the vertical dimension of this rectangle changes. Furthermore, if I click over here, you will see that this horizontal dimension also changes. So, over here, there are 2 degrees of freedom that we are currently changing. 1 degree of freedom is this vertical dimension or vertical distance between this and this point, and another degree of freedom that we are changing is the horizontal distance from this point to this point, and we can do it like this. However, we have an additional degree of freedom. Namely, if I click over here, you will notice that I can move my rectangle up and down, and this is an additional degree of freedom. So, in this particular case, this rectangle has 3 degrees of freedom. You have this degree of freedom that you can change, you have this degree of freedom that you can change, and you can slide the center of the rectangle along this vertical line. Let's now erase this rectangle. To do that, I will simply close here, and now if I go in the model and if I click on Sketch, I can simply select this rectangle once again and I can press Delete to delete it. Let me show you one additional thing. Now if I click on this rectangle, I can place it over here. And now if I do the right click, you will see that now we have 4 degrees of freedom. So what are the degrees of freedom? Well, I can change this dimension, I can change this dimension, and note one additional thing. If I kind of click over here and I move my rectangle, you will see that the center of this rectangle moves along a line. Similarly, if I click here, I can also, and click here, you will see that the center of the rectangle also changes. So, this system, or better to say, this geometrical object has 4 degrees of freedom. You can change its dimension and you can also change the location of its center or location of any point with respect to, for example, to this 0, 0 point. Now, if you, for example, draw a rectangle like this and you specify the dimensions and you make sure that these dimensions are fine, and if you try to extrude, yes, you can extrude this rectangle, however, this is not a good practice. You always have to make sure that all the degrees of freedom in your sketch are fully constrained. And the fact that this object is not constrained is visible over here. Namely, in this sketch edit, you will see under constraint and you will see 4 degrees of freedom. So let's learn how to constrain this object. First of all, let's eliminate 2 degrees of freedom. Namely, let's fix this dimension, that is the horizontal distance between this point, and let's fix the vertical dimension, that is the distance between this point and this point. There are several ways to do that. I like this option. Namely, if I click over here, you will see all the possibilities. Let's click on horizontal dimension. So once you click on horizontal dimension and you click on this line, this menu will pop up. And let's set this horizontal dimension to be 150 and click on enter. And now magic happens. Note what changed over here. Now we have 3 degrees of freedom. Great. And you will notice this error. This red arrow means that this distance, that is the distance from this point to this point, is constrained, and it's constrained to this. Later on you can change this, namely if I do the right click, I will exit from the constrained selection, and then if I double click over here, I can change the dimensions. For example, if I want to go to 160, I'll simply click here and press enter, and now the dimension is constrained to 160. Next, let's constrain the distance from this point to this point. Again, there are several ways to do that. The way I like is to click here and click on vertical dimension and click here. And then let's specify this to 80 and click on OK. Now, if you see over here, we can see that 1 additional degree of freedom is eliminated, namely that we have 2 degrees of freedom. Okay, let's do the right click and let's test now our rectangle. If I click here, you will see that I can still move this rectangle in this plane. This means that we need to constrain 2 additional degrees of freedom. Here you have options to choose. One way to do that is to simply constrain the vertical and horizontal distances of this point with respect to center. In this way, you're going to constrain the distance from this point to this point. So let's learn how to do that. To do that, let's click on this point over here, then press and hold Control key on your keyboard and click on this point over here. Then click over here and click on horizontal dimension, and you will see that this menu pops up. And let's set this horizontal menu to be 160 divided by 2. That is, this should be 80 over here. So let's type 80 over here and let's click on OK. Good. Next, let's repeat this procedure. Click here, press and hold Control, click on 0, 0. Then go over here, click on vertical dimension, and let's specify this vertical dimension to be over here, for example, 40. And click on OK. And voila, here we are. You can see that we are fully constrained. And this is what we want to do. Next, of course, you can change location of this rectangle with respect to 0, 0 point. You can simply double click here and change this dimension if you want. Next, let's learn how to constrain other geometrical objects. For example, let's start with a circle. Click here. And let's click on circle from center, click here, and let's draw an arbitrary circle. Do the right click, and then do the right click once again. And now we can see that we have additional 3 degrees of freedom. So what are these degrees of freedom? Well, if I click on the circle, you can see that I can change the radius of the circle. Then if I click on the center, you can see that I can move this circle in this plane. So let's constrain these dimensions. First of all, let's click on the circle, select the circle, then over here you click and you can select a radius dimension. And over here, let's specify the radius to be 12. And you will see that R12 appears. Next, let's constrain the distance between this point and this point. Again, let me teach you another option to do that. Well, if you click here, click on the center, press and hold Control, click over here on 0, 0, and then click here, and you can also click on dimension. Now, if I click here again, and you will see what happens. You will automatically be able to find the proper option, and you can say, for example, let this be 50, and click on OK. Next, you can again click here, and then you will be able to adjust even this distance. So let's for example go with this option. Let's click. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Let me repeat this. I want to do this. And then let's specify this to be, for example, 30. And here we are. Now our sketch is fully constrained. Do the right click. Let's draw a line. Click on the line. Click over here and draw an arbitrary line. The next question, or actually you first need to do the right mouse click. And the next question is how many degrees of freedom this line has in this space. Well, it has 4 degrees of freedom. So there are several ways to define degrees of freedom. One way is to look at these 2 points. Namely, we can independently move this point, which is a 2 degrees of freedom, and we can independently move this point, which is an additional 2 degrees of freedom. So let's learn how to constrain the dimensions of this line. Now, you can obviously constrain the distance of this point with respect to center, as well as the distance of this point with respect to center. However, we can also think like this. Let's say that we want to have something like this. We want this point to be a certain distance from this point, and we want to constrain the angle. So let's learn how to do that. Let's start with the constraints of the points. Click on this point, press and hold Ctrl, click on this point, then click here and click on horizontal dimension. And let's keep this as 50. And we can see that still we have 3 degrees of freedom. So what are these degrees of freedom? Namely, I can rotate this point. So let's constrain. And an additional thing is that you can also vertically move this point with respect to this line. So let's constrain first of all this vertical dimension. To do that, again, let's click on this point, press and hold Ctrl, click on this point, then over here, click here and click on vertical dimension. And let's specify this to be 0 actually, since we want this point to be on this line. Next, let's constrain the angle. To do that, you need to find the proper option. So click here and you need to select angle dimension. To constrain the angle, first click on this line, press and hold Ctrl and click on, for example, on this point or a point in a line. Let me repeat this. So click again over here left, click on this line, press and hold Ctrl, and you need to click on this point over here. And then click here and click on angle dimension. And you will see wrong selection. Cannot add an angle constraint on x-axis. So this is one of the things that you need to worry about. So first of all, let's repeat this. Select the line, then select this line, and then let's repeat this. Click here and click on angle and dimension. And you will be here, and then specify the angle that you want, for example, 130, and here you are. Now you have an additional degree of freedom to constrain. You need to constrain basically the length of this line. So let's learn how to do that. To constrain the length of the line, click on the line, make sure that it's being clicked, and then click here and click on dimension. And now over here, this dimension will appear, and here go with, for example, 50. And here we are. Now our sketch is fully constrained and we can close, and you'll be back in the 3D domain and you will see your sketch over here. Okay, that's all for today, and thanks for watching.